Okay, so last time we went through and we set up pretty much we've gone through and set up his feet, we've gone through and set up the controls for his knees, we've set up his elbows and how they bend and where they bend to. We have the controller attached to his hand that should allow his arm to move. We've got the controller around his waist that allows him to move up and down. We've got the arrows on his back that control individually. Hang on, I'll turn this so you can see it. Individually, how he leans, different parts of his body. And that can then be controlled with different elements to kind of give him more control. So his elbows are controlled up and down. They control where the hand sits. We have this controls where his knee is facing, so if I jump directly in front of him, you can see that his knee is pointing to the side. Just a little refresher. His foot has our reverse foot roll. So 0 should be flat-ish on the floor. 10 is like pushing up, and 14 is stepping down to give it that nice roll effect. Okay. So they are all of the controls that we have set up so far. This has rotation control over the head as well. So all of that is ready to go. Making sure I zero that out. Sweet. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to set up some controllers on his hand. We're then going to set up the set-driven keys for his fingers to open and close. So I'm going to just focus on his hands. So in this view here, the front on one, I am going to create a little nub over here, little nub circle, which should be chilling there. Going to duplicate it, press W, hold V, and I'm going to try and snap it to his hand. So that's going to be difficult for a second because the model is still there. So I am going to select the mesh. Hang on, can I select the mesh? No, the model is, yep, cool. It's already locked. I'm just going to turn it off so it's invisible, just to make this easier. So I'm going to press F so that zooming's a bit easier as well. Alright, cool. So V, snap that to these fingers, duplicate V, snap them across. So it should be a lot easier to snap now. They're actually like going to the correct place. And so we're just going to Control D and then snap them into place. But we don't need to do the tips of the fingers. That is too many things that I did last time. So I don't know why I had this one here. So I'm going to go Shift P. I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to parent that to where it needs to go because we need the thumb to bend correctly. So I'm going to do that on the other side. So Shift P, delete that center one, and P, parent. Alright. Okay, so that can disappear again. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate this one, and then going to rotate it on, let's try that. Nope. Yep. So then that's going to be V. Oh. That's 90 Jaymie. And I'm going to hold V, Control D, and V. We can then select all of these. go modify, freeze, transforms, which will zero them out. Okay, so we'll get to this hand in a second. Going to duplicate this guy. Well, I'm going to move him over first, so he's over here. I'm just going to focus on him, just so that I'm above this hand a little bit easier, because my mouse is playing up. Alright, cool. Control D. Alright, I'm gonna grab that, set its rotation to 90. I'm just gonna snap this one. Oh. Snap this one to here. Snap this one to here. Alright. So I'm then gonna go through and select them all. Freeze their rotations again. So we're gonna go modify, freeze transforms. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna save this to my desktop. Rigman, save. Yes. Continue. Alright. From here, give me a sec as I try to remember, it's been a while, which order I do this. Child, then the parent, I think. Let me go to rigging. Constrain. Add. Which means if we select that, yes. Okay, cool. So child. Oh, parent, then child. Parent, then child. Yep, cool. Parent, then child. Parent, then child. Parent, then child. I'm pressing G to redo last tool. So they should all be done now. Alright, from here, I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to shift, grab its parent. I'm going to parent it together so this one controls that. Select the child, shift, grab the parent, P to parent them together so that this one controls all of them. Why, you might ask? If I rotate this finger here down, the others maintain the rotation of its original ones. Whereas if I rotate this finger down, it maintains its parent's rotation as well as its new added rotation. So if I bring that, this rotation down, oh shit, misclicking, this rotation down, I then rotated this down, kind of, we get a weird claw finger thing happening. So we've got to parent them, so we're going to grab this, shift, grab the parent, grab the child, shift the parent, P, child, shift parent, P, child, shift parent, P. Same with these, so child, shift parent, P. And on the other hand, child, parent, P, child, parent. Oopsies. That work? Yep, shift. That one, P. Alright. We need to be able to control the rotation of our hand as well, which is not happening at the moment. So I'm going to get you to jump on the side view. We're going to create another NURB circle. Duplicate, snap it across with V. Control D to duplicate, snap it across. Alright, so we're going to grab this. We're going to make sure that it's frozen its transform. We're going to inside, then no. Parent, then child, constrain, orient. Which means now this can rotate the hand. We want to grab the parent of all of these, I believe. Oh shit, not the bone. And that, and then shift grab this one and parent them together. So if we grab this, we rotate the hand, now the hand will follow. As it should. Okay, so again on the other side. Oh crap. Sorry, as I said, my zooming with my mouse isn't doing great. We're going to make sure this is frozen. Okay, so freeze transforms, make sure it's 0, otherwise the transforms will act weird. We're going to grab the parent, shift grab the child, constrain, orient. From there, we're going to then grab all of these controllers plus the main wrist controller and shift select the outside controller and also then press P to parent them together, giving this big one here, we rotate it, full control of our hand, depending on the shape that it's been set in, which is perfect. Cool. Gonna get you to save that there. Always save your work. Alright. So from here, we're then going to need to add to both of them some modify, add attribute. So we need to add an attribute. That's what I'm looking for. Sweet. Modify, add attribute. We're gonna pretty much, you can set up as many attributes as you want. So this would be for the right hand because it's on the red side. So right underscore I could do thumb. And that's keyable. Okay. I might go G, do again. This might be right underscore pointer. Add. What else do we have? We've got middle and pinky. Because he's only got 3 fingers. Right. Middle. Middle. Add. Right. Pinky. Add, and we might go right fist. Okay. So there's a lot we can do with that side. Alright. So we'll worry about the other side in a second. We just mess around with this one. I'm just going to constantly save it. Alright, so once you have that done, we can go to set driven key. So that is, if you can't remember, animation, key, it's on set driven key, set. I have created a little tab for it. Okay. I'm going to grab this outside part. That is my driver. That is what controls it all. So I load in my driver. I'm then going to load in all these little rings. So I've got to select all of them. So I'd suggest starting from, starting from the bottom. It's a little bit tricky sometimes. Bam. Then we can load driven. So these are all the NURB circles. We want to control their rotations, not their position, when we're creating the fists. So we've got these two here would be the thumb. So this, when the thumb is set to 0, so we also need rotate. Oh shit, rotation. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say key. And then I might set this to 10. So thumb will set to 10. Okay. And then yep. Cool. So that's like a bent thumb. And I'll hit key. So now if we go to our right thumb and we set that to, oh shit. 0. Okay, so that one worked. But not the top half. Alright, cool.